Dude, it kind of smells like poppin' bees.
Huh? What's poppin'?
What's poppin' bees? Welcome back to Beersos. What's poppin' bees? Welcome back to Beer Sauce. My name is Nicholas Potspot.
My name is DRIKZHU, Derek Zoo.
And welcome to the season 4 finale of Beer Sauce.
Yeah, congrats.
Woo!
Congrats
woo.
to you guys for making it this far, because I'm assuming that you watch all of them.
There's no way, bro.
Some people have.
Okay, honestly, I have
Isn't
to.
that wild?
Okay, I respect that, but at the same time,
I don't respect
because it's like you like trash. Like, dude,
Yeah.
slogging through season 1 is probably like so hard.
because there's people that have come up to us and they're like, "Oh, like, I've watched every episode, even season 1," and it's like, how do you not hate me?
like why you still like the show?
And you still think I'm like a fucking person that's like deserving of your views?
I have to respect
like
that.
I can respect
truly
it.
have to
but I'm
respect that.
telling you right now, you put season 1 me in front of me, and that guy's getting a fucking knuckle sandwich, buddy.
You think our patron on the wall today is gonna fuck with season 1 you? Let's be real. Patron on the wall today. Describe that to audio listeners, bro.
So we got a white man with sunglasses, right?
Yeah.
And he's wearing a black sweater, and he's holding like a rare cat.
What? How
That's
much?
like
how much? How much you
That's
think that
low-key
cat
a rare
is, bro?
cat. Look at that.
I actually fuck with that cat. It's like an albino cat, bro.
It has blue. It's an Aryan cat. Look, it has blue eyes.
Holy smokes, it's like him, bro.
Yeah,
they're
so
matching.
You guys
bro.
kind of look the same.
You think he'd be friends with you when in your season 1 self, bro?
Bro, DZ, you're such a fucking pussy.
What are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about? I'm not a pussy, bro.
Dude, I'm telling you, you're a pussy.
Yo,
Like, you think you're so special, right? But you're a nobody.
you don't know me like I know me, bro. You would
That's really what
I'm
I would
low-key
say.
doing you wrong with the impression.
Yeah, okay, put
I'm
this
putting
guy
this
up.
on,
Put this
I'm
guy
putting
up.
this on the wall. For people that don't know, every single season of Beer Sauce, a season being 1 year, 365 days, Beer Sauce's anniversary, we kind of cap off the season with kind of just a reflection of the season as a whole, of the overall year. Beer Sauce debuted in December. It was, I believe, December 3rd of 2019.
Dude,
No,
dude,
2021.
dude,
2021. What?
Do you remember
okay?
the first episode? Sorry.
Dude. I was like, what is he about to drop right now?
Like, dude, no, I that literally sounded like I had like a really bad stomach ache or something. No, when we first ever recorded Beer Sauce, I wore a black zip-up hoodie. Do you remember that?
And dude, the first time we ever recorded, I wore these jeans with this shirt and this shirt.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I didn't. I'm lying.
You
These
didn't
are all
have
brand
that
new. I
stuff.
had none of this stuff. Everything I'm wearing right now, I did not own back then. But yeah, one season being a whole year, a whole 365 days of Beer Sauce. We are going to be concluding season 4, aka our 4th year of Beer Sauce today, our 52nd episode in this season.
So everybody clap right now. No, them.
Not me. I'm not
You
clapping.
don't have to insert a clap noise
Okay.
because they're doing it.
I'm
right
waiting for
now.
you guys to clap. I'll let the noise in.
Thank you.
Yo, you guys are so nice. I
Season
appreciate
3.
it.
I am gonna be honest. I didn't listen to the season 3 finale. I do remember it being sort of a more pessimistic episode. Would you say?
Oh my god.
Or
Okay,
no?
so
I don't know.
I am big on re-listening to past episodes. Like,
You're strong.
I do.
Will you re-listen to it back and you still think you deserve to live?
No, I don't.
No, you
I
fucking-
was so cringe.
You think about killing yourself
in order to
after.
kind of, I guess, like spark some ideas, some notes that I had on this season of Beer Sauce. I listened to the season 3 finale of Beer Sauce, and I think season 3, despite some like, is it glaring or blaring?
What are you talking about? You
Despite
finish the
some
sentence.
blaring technical issues,
I think it's glaring.
my bad. Despite some glaring technical issues, I do think the season is somewhat strong. Despite like some of the audio at many points within that season.
Yeah, a little tough.
We just didn't have the budget at the time. I think the season is pretty good, but it does suck that we ended such a good season of Beer Sauce with such a bad episode. I do think the season 3 finale is very poor.
Okay, like run me through it.
Okay.
Be me and you.
Dude, I low-key like I couldn't
Like,
listen. I couldn't listen to it in one go.
What does it sound like?
yo, dude.
Oh, no, is that me or you?
That's both of us.
I'm just mad because I'm getting shit on the internet. I'm mad too. I'm upset about it. I know. I'm sad, bro.
I think like it
Shut
was
the
bad.
fuck up!
Dude.
Shut up!
The whole season 3 finale, we were just complaining
Really?
for an hour and a half about how impacted we were by the comment section and us getting bothered by like people being mean to us on the internet, and it's so boring. We're complaining the whole time, and I do think the season 3 finale is a very weak episode of Beer Sauce.
Ew.
I know it. Dude, don't like. I had to listen. It took me 3 days to listen to it because I had to pause. Like I literally could not put up with us, bro. We were just fucking yapping about us getting shit on.
I know,
the
and
internet.
it's like, dude, you're such a fucking pussy for that, buddy.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
and the thing is, I'm 22 in this.
Yeah, this was
When we filmed this, I'm a whole
This
22
yeah.
years old. That's fucking way too old to be complaining about.
Oh no, some random guy said something to me and it's affecting my mental health.
Shut up.
like. I was actually extremely disappointed with how we conducted the season 3 finale.
The whole episode.
It was
too.
and every time we tried to reroute it to a different idea, it
We
constantly
came back.
It always came back.
It was like
to
there
it,
was
bro.
a virus in us or something.
Like it was a very poor episode of Beer Sauce.
It's embarrassing,
But
honestly.
what it did do was it actually helped me prompt a lot of my notes for season 4. A lot of the stuff that my reflections that I'm going to say today, I've had these planned for months and months and months. This note page that I'm holding in my hand here, a lot of these notes I've had for a long time, and I've just kind of been sitting on my reflections. You know what I mean? Yeah. And this, I'm going to address this right now. I'm just going to address this right away. We did not change the cover art.
Oh no.
We did not change the cover art.
Dude.
For,
you can't. That's fucked up.
Yeah, I know. It's so bad. For people that don't know, every season of Beer Sauce, we always change the cover art and the intro. It's kind of just like a fun little thing we do. We did change the intro. It's not going to be on this episode, but it will be on the next episode of Beer Sauce, our brand new intro. But we did not change the cover art. And this was kind of hard for me because I for the longest time I was set on changing the cover.
You were
art again.
attached to like the idea of like every season it's a rebrand.
Yeah, exactly. But at the end of the day, something I've come to terms with is at a certain point you do have to compromise with the internet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%.
Like we can't just keep changing the cover art and then losing out on great moments like the the NUS the Northeastern like Chinese Students Association poster that is on the wall now. Like, this would make no fucking sense with the new cover art.
I wouldn't. It's not even necessarily that. It's more of like the brand recognition that you build with an emblem with like a picture.
Yeah.
Is like somewhat like a really important thing. So it's like it's like if McDonald's just changed their logo every year, right?
Yeah.
You have less brand recognition. Like you want to be able to look at a picture and be like, oh, that's Beer Sauce. And that's why I'm like low-key having like a struggle with my profile picture on Instagram right now because I literally don't have good pictures of me, and
we don't got good pics of us.
I have that as a filler picture of like an AI photo of me being really high.
That's Dairy Berry. You're not even in your own profile picture, bro.
I know. That's not even
Dairy
me,
Berry, bro.
It's like, you know, when like a fucking grown ass man will have like XXX Tentacion as their profile picture. That's low key me. That's low key me right now.
It's just some random dude, bro.
So, yeah, I think when I remember us taking the photo like professionally. You know, we got
this one professionally done. This
and I was
that was mad expensive,
and we bought it. It
Yeah.
was like we spent money on that. And I remember
Yeah.
saying like, dude, like this might be the last cover art for a bit. Like we can't.
Yeah.
We can keep doing it, but it's like you want to hit a point where you know your branding's just like consistent.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
But I guess overall, season 4, what are your thoughts on just scrolling back through the episodes? What is your overall reflections coming off? Right, kind of just away thinking about. I just want to talk about the actual episodes, the season of Beer Sauce as a whole.
I
right
think
now.
this is
Nothing
the best
external.
season of Beer Sauce.
Oh, I agree as well.
There is a bias, obviously, of me hating myself in the other seasons.
Season 3
you know?
now, dude. Freud baiting for views is such a bad episode of Beer Sauce, bro. Why do we title it Freud baiting for views, bro?
Well,
Fucking
I know why
man.
we titled it. I don't want. We don't have to get into this
Yeah.
like really deep, but like we titled that because a lot of people would always tell us we were Freud baiting and stuff.
Yeah.
We have been accused of baiting everything, honestly.
yeah.
But I want to say this confidently right now, and you know me, and I know you, and I know this is true for you. I have never been inauthentic on the show. I've never baited anybody for anything.
Yeah, yeah.
I just do what I think is funny. I do what I think is authentic
I just
to me.
kind of like, obviously we're playing a more exaggerated versions of ourselves, but once again it's still based in ourselves. Like,
I've
I'm
never
not gonna
been
do
like,
anything I'm not
oh
gonna
my
do.
god, today I'm gonna so bait people into thinking I'm part of a community that I don't even want to be in.
Yeah,
like what are you smoking,
it's
bro?
Like we're not. It doesn't even run through my conscience to try to fake it, bro.
Yeah, like I'm just gonna be, dude. Why would I want to be somebody else when I could be me?
I don't. Jamie
Like,
Tart.
literally,
That's DZ
literally,
Tart,
every
bro.
video game I play, I make the guy me.
I actually have to respect
You know,
it. I have to respect that.
But I think season 4 of Beer Sauce is the best season of Beer Sauce.
Yeah.
And I think one thing that I really got down was like not being overwhelmed by it. Like I don't know why. I remember in season 3, I would get really overwhelmed by it for some reason.
What do
like,
you mean overwhelmed? Like overheating?
Overheating. I had a
or-
really bad overheating problem and
Okay.
a breathing problem. in
Yeah, I
season
do
3,
remember
and
that.
that like even though I don't want to say it like altered who I was, if you just could breathe less right now, you would be less funny a little bit.
Oh,
you,
yeah.
you cannot function at the same capacity.
Me and DZ just ate pho, and I'm bloated right now.
Dude,
and I'm trying to lock
my
in.
fucking asshole was on fire just now. You know,
That's why you don't put chili oil in your pho, bro.
Sriracha's like the same shit. I just had an upset stomach.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
He had to go to the bathroom.
I literally use like half a roll of toilet paper in there. Like that's why it took so long.
God.
But like I remember I had like a lot of these like physical sensation problems. Like I don't know if you remember, but I would always have like an ice pack on me.
I do remember that.
And that,
especially when guests were on the show.
yeah, and I wouldn't. That wasn't fun for me. Like those episodes, I remember shooting, especially the Lotus episode. I don't know if you remember.
That was from this season.
Oh,
was it
fuck.
not?
Well, maybe I did struggle this season. It was a little bit
I think
too.
it was from this season.
It
yeah.
was. It
Yeah,
actually was.
yeah.
I remember I had fucking insane pit stains like 5 minutes in. I want to say for the last like 3-4 months, especially.
Yeah.
So I'm low-key a recency bias guy right now.
uh-huh.
I am that guy. I'm a recency bias guy. I want to say for like the last 3, 4, 5 months, I've gotten like I've been able to sort of perform without these physical sensations that bother me.
Yeah.
And I don't. Nothing changed. Like low-key just like grew up and I stopped like being overstimulated by everything.
Yeah.
Just because I'm an adult now. Like eventually I just like stopped.
Yeah, I think that was just kind of a part of just us kind of coming into it. You know what I mean? Like a big, I think, realization and reflection that I have upon this season of Beer Sauce and all of Beer Sauce is, I think, how we vocalize ourselves on the show. This applies to season 4 and all seasons of Beer Sauce. But it's how we kind of portray ourselves on the show. Just like you listening or watching, me and DZ are very complex people, just like yourself.
Yeah.
And a lot of the ideas we express on the show, a lot of the arcs we go through on the show are presented in ways that are digestible. We would say I'm going through something over the whole year, over the whole season of Beer Sauce. We take that idea and kind of vocalize it into something that can be digested by an audience and it can be digested into something that actually makes sense.
Yeah.
And this is over years and years of Beer Sauce. I'm going to bring up 2 examples right now. And the first example I'm going to bring up is your, I think, arc over the whole show with your emotional vulnerability.
I mean, that started like we started that arc like fucking 2 years ago.
That
right?
arc started in season 2 with suppressing emotions is gas. I remember exactly where we recorded it. I remember who we recorded it with, what the episode was about. And I remember it went into like the episode was mad long. I remember that episode was mad long, mad hard to fucking edit, by the way. Holy shit. We didn't even have video for that, and that episode was hard to edit. And that's kind of how your whole arc with emotional vulnerability started, with not being open to it. And then throughout late season 2, early season 3, we had episodes like suppression emotions is not gas,
Or like falling in love with each other.
exactly. Like we kind of took your opening up and your ability to be emotionally vulnerable
And used it for content.
yeah, number one, use it for content. But it wasn't a straightforward like DZ is not being open to emotional vulnerability, and then all of a sudden he is, and this kind of like
Linear sort of.
this linear story happens.
Yeah.
Realistically, sometimes some months you're not going to be down to be emotionally vulnerable. Other months you are, and it's a fluctuating thing.
Yeah.
Right.
And I hope that in a year when we listen back to this, we're like,
We're
oh my
gonna
god,
cringe.
fucking losers.
Exactly. That's what I really do hope so at the end of the day. But we took that kind of arc that happened to you, and I'm saying arc like it's fucking like an anime. Like you took that arc that happened to you with
Buddy, I know what you're watching tonight.
Yeah. No,
No,
don't do it.
No, we're not doing that.
But we took that arc and made it into something digestible that could be presented to an audience.
Yeah.
So what we did was we started with you not being emotionally vulnerable. Then a major event happens in your life, and I'm referring to your previous relationship and how that ended and what
Shout
that
out.
did to your psyche.
Thank
Shout
you.
out to the bro.
Thank you.
Shout out to the bro. And then we took that and kind of almost manipulated it in a sense to make it seem like that was the thing that made you open up to being emotionally vulnerable with me. And then we portrayed it on, like, we kind of just had episodes where we were vulnerable with one another, which made it seem like you were even growing more and more emotionally vulnerable until its peak now. Realistically, you're a very complex human being.
Yeah.
It wasn't as straightforward as, I went through a breakup, which made me emotionally vulnerable.
Yeah, and I also
very
think
complex.
recently, like, we haven't farmed it as much, but that doesn't also mean that I've regressed in emotional vulnerability or anything, right? But I think one thing that changed from this season season 3 was we definitely didn't emotional vulnerability farm as much as we used to.
I feel like what I want to briefly touch on that is like, you know how people when they're like insecure about their partner or kind of insecure on a relationship, they constantly post their partner on social media.
Yeah. If I was like super insecure, I'm posting my girl every day.
Exactly.
Talk
It's
about
like,
everybody. You guys all need to know that I'm in a happy relationship. You know what that means? I'm not.
yeah, I'm so secure in this relationship that I don't feel a need to farm it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just naturally happens. It'll naturally happen. And another example of kind of a story arc that happens is me with my anxiety. This has been an ongoing thing since season 1.
It used to be a pussy.
I was the biggest pussy of all time. But we set it up like there's these major events that are kind of happening in my life that propel me into being a less anxious person. But once again, I'm a very complex person.
Yeah.
There's conscious and subconscious reasons that I don't even know about that have made me less anxious over time. But we just try to set up my arc with my anxiety in a way that can be digested.
Yeah.
And people might be like, Nico, you've been talking for like 10 minutes straight. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, dude,
why
you're
are you bringing this up?
edging these motherfuckers.
And
right
I'm
now.
going to now bring it all the way back to the beginning. The reason why I've illustrated the arc Derek went through with emotional vulnerability, the reason why I illustrated my arc with anxiety is my underlying point behind talking about all of this is I think we have inadvertently made Beersos hard to listen to. Because, as an example, last episode of Beersos, I talked a lot about my self-confidence, my anxiety, and really shared where I'm at right now. If that's the first ever episode of Beersos you listen to, you can still enjoy it, but
you're
it
gonna
doesn't
be like,
hit.
why is this guy talking about the fact that he doesn't have bad anxiety anymore? Like, dude, this is literally normal.
Yeah.
Whereas, because you don't know
Exactly. You
how
haven't
much
listened.
of an anxious person you were before. You know,
So, like,
that's why it's interesting to me to hear that because I've known you for a long time and
that's why
very
it'll be
different
interesting to like
perspectives of you.
Claire as an example.
Yeah.
Because like you have the context of the previous seasons of Beersos, which makes that episode better.
It's like if you go to watch oh my god, I watched an episode of The Bear when I was high. Sorry, I just
let's
super
go.
random.
Dude, I hope you enjoyed it.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
It's goated,
Yeah.
bro.
It's like if
goated.
you watch season 3 of The Bear and you're like, yo, this dude Richie always in suits.
Yeah.
Well, you need to know.
You need
about
to
him
know
in season
why
1.
he is now wearing suits. The context of season the context of season 3 of Beersos makes season 4 better.
Yeah.
This season of Beersos is elevated by season 3. Season 3 is elevated by season 2.
Yeah.
Season 2 of Beersos is elevated by season 1. We have built, whether purposely or by accident, we have built a narrative that is better if you consume it, honestly, from the start to finish.
The thing is, you watch a lot more podcasts than me, like throughout our entire lives. Or would you say a lot of other podcasts are like that, or is it like a fucking rare thing?
I
or
would say it
in
very
contrast to the other
much
ones?
depends on the podcast. Let's take one of the biggest ones in the world, The Basement Yard.
Joe Rogan.
You can tune into any episode of The Basement Yard. You can tune into any episode, and enjoy it, right? But it's hard. It's like. It's the Richie example. Imagine just watching a random episode of The Bear in like season 3, right? That season 3 will make of The Bear is better with the context of season 2.
Yeah, but
which we have done.
Don't get this wrong. Nico is not saying to go listen to season
no,
1.
it's awful.
Yeah.
Please
if
don't.
you start from season 1, you're just gonna be
weird,
like,
bro.
yeah, no, these guys are fucking losers.
Yeah.
I think
People turn it off.
there is a sense of, you need the context, but also it's an unavoidable thing when you have a podcast where you just talk about your life and how you grow, and that's introspective. This is unavoidable.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
Like the note I have down, I'm going to read it word for word. I said, Beersos is about taking parts of our personalities and ongoing growth and creating a digestible arc and story around it that can be understood. And I believe that is sometimes why Beersos can be extremely hard to listen to because you need the context of past episodes of the show.
And the thing is, it's unavoidable, I say, but we need we do need to take advantage at trying to avoid it as much as possible, because at the end of the day, and it's becoming more and more clear that we need to optimize the content for new viewership.
Yeah.
And Nico and I have talked about this a lot in the past couple months of content stagnation.
Yeah.
And it's becoming clear that, we need to sort of maybe give more context. Honestly,
Yeah.
we need to really be able to funnel in new viewers. So we do need to find a way to make it. Yes, the context is good to have, but also, we need to make it easy for new viewers to listen to.
Exactly.
Listen to the show.
Yeah.
Because one thing that season 4 wasn't the most fulfilling for me, even though it has been super fulfilling. We've done a lot of trips, and I've had a lot of fun shooting, is the fact that the job security is low-key shit right now.
Yeah. No.
Like in like a digestible way to put it.
Yeah.
I've definitely been stressed about it. I know you've been stressed about it, but it's, the elephant in the room is we're low-key falling off.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not a high-key thing.
It's not a high.
I love
thing.
the low-key word right now.
I love the word low-key.
Low-key's
Yeah.
great.
I mean, expand on that a little bit. What is your kind of overall opinions on that? Because it's definitely, no one loves to see that. It is stressful to see.
Yeah, maybe if you're not looking at the numbers or you're like a purely audio listener, I'm going to give you some context to this, but we blew up 2-ish years ago on Instagram.
Yeah. Maybe a
And-
year and a half.
Year and a half.
Yeah.
And we were getting a bunch of views on Instagram because we were making a lot of, like, I guess, crazy quote unquote like takes and like quote unquote gross things. The things that like people would comment like, Batman could never get this out
You
of me.
couldn't
Type of
waterboard
thing.
this out of me.
I'm so fucking honest right now. I'm being so serious.
Yeah.
80% of the time I say something quote unquote weird, I don't think it's weird. I only start thinking it's weird when I get a death threat about it.
Yeah.
But like a lot of the times I'll say something, for example, the PewDiePie video where the very big clip where we're like,
Yeah,
oh,
we
I
did
hope my
talk
mom
about
has
that
good
last year
sex.
in the season
right?
3
I
finale.
low-key didn't think that was weird. Like, am I weird?
Yeah.
Okay, I am weird. Fucking whatever, right? But recently, we have been losing followers on Instagram. In the past,
For the first time ever.
for the first time ever, we have lost followers. Like the follower count from 2 months ago is higher than it is right now.
Yeah.
And Nico and I have been trying to diagnose what that is. We're trying to find what we can do better, but also why that is. And I've thrown darts and I've shit on myself a lot. And I've viewed myself very negatively because if you don't know, I run the socials. So if the growth stops on the socials, that is purely my fault. And I had like a sort of like a 1 month span where I really criticized and I guess was not confident in myself for like a month straight. And I talked to you about
That was
this in
extremely sad to hear.
Boston.
That was extremely sad to hear.
But I mean, even like we hit 50K subs on YouTube and the views just do not make sense to that subscriber count. Like it seems like a lot of the subscribers are just dead or they forgot about us.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're getting less views than we did a year ago. And this is something that Nico and I have talked about like
Extensively.
like we need to do something about it. And one thing that we took a meeting about where with the offline TV guy,
Yeah.
one thing that really stuck out to me is he said when the content stagnates and the views start dropping, which is a very normal for creator, the answer is almost never to not pivot a little bit, at least a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's been in my head for like a good while.
I'm trying to really pick my words with how I want to talk about this here, just because I have less notes about this than you.
Yeah.
I think obviously nobody wants to see that. No content creator actually wants. And I'm like, no content creator wants to see that.
Yeah.
It's never fun. But I think after talking to so many content creators, after talking to so many people within the space, we've developed our connections. The one thing I've heard is you wouldn't be a content creator if this didn't happen. You wouldn't, it's something everyone goes through.
Yeah.
And I think it's not. There's a couple things that can happen. It can demotivate you. It can make you upset, or it can scare you.
I mean, it changes the way you even like perform on the camera. It changed the way I edited.
Yeah.
Right. Like there's a lot of things, and that's not necessarily bad.
but-
I was trying to like switch it up.
I think my overall thoughts on this is it did the very exact opposite of demotivating me. It has motivated me to think outside of the box, to try some new ideas. And in season 5 of Beersos, you are going to see a lot of new ideas. What we have is very special, I think. I think the actual core of Beersos is very special. Me and Derek are not going to change the recipe.
Yeah.
It's not going to be this insane change where we totally change up the formula. Our formula is great, but we are going to make adjustments. We're going to try to add in maybe new ingredients to that formula. And some of the things we do in season 5, some of the experimentation you're going to do, you might fucking love some of the new ideas we do.
Yeah.
And you're also you might fucking hate some of the new ideas
But that's
we do.
the risk we have to take because right now, like if the norm stays, we're going to have to get jobs in 2 years.
Yeah.
Like we're going to have to go work at the bank full time type of thing.
I do think that, like, you know, me and Derek are not the type of people to just let the ship sink.
No.
We're going to do everything in our motherfucking power to make sure that boat does not sink, to get all of the water out, fix the cracks, and make sure it can sail until the fucking ends of the earth. You know?
Yeah. I don't even like, I think one of the mistakes, no, I don't know. In terms of like the views becoming a little less on social media, that definitely affected me in the negative way. I had perceived it because I was trying to figure out why. Why was the question. Why? That's why we took so many meetings. I like to get everyone's input, but there was a time where I guess when we were getting a lot of followers, we blew up off of like, you know, these two things. Like the sort of not rage bait, but not even clickbait either. It was some
Freud
sort
bait?
of bait. I mean, I wasn't trying to do that, but I think a lot of the conversations that we used to have were very, I guess, outlandish, right? And I think as Beersos has progressed, it's changed. Like we don't make those outlandish, crazy remarks anymore.
And sometimes we
do.
Yeah, they're sprinkled
right?
though.
But sometimes we don't. And I feel like when we were making that, I don't even know if that was fully funneling people to the show.
Yeah.
And one thing that I really got myself down on was, unfortunately, I don't know anything about marketing, right?
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, we had this title of being like the nasty people, right? And nobody wants to watch the nasty people. And I really think that stagnated us. Like, it was a very big jump, right?
Yeah.
Of like, people are funneling into the socials. We're getting a bunch of followers.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize that people just started seeing us as a joke. I think a lot of people see us as a joke still, even though we sort of have like secretly pivoted, not consciously, but we've changed as people.
Yeah.
You know, but I think having our title be like a joke to like a lot of people sort of stagnated it or provided like an extra help, an extra push to that stagnation. And I blame myself for that because I was
bit
not
sad to hear.
really thinking that hard into it. I have not thought about content strategy ever. And one of my biggest mistakes is since I wasn't like content locked in, since I wasn't thinking of content strategy, I didn't even try to pivot when we started losing followers. Like I always just thought it will work out because it worked out before. It'll still work. And up until like a month ago, I always thought that. And I feel like it was just like low key. I could have just fucking really sat down with myself to sit in reality and be like, no, like a pivot needs to happen.
What made you realize a pivot? When we say pivot, it makes it sound like we're changing the formula.
No,
What
no,
made
no.
you realize slight adjustments needed to be made? What was that? Was it a conversation me and you had? Was it one day you just smoked weed and you're like, oh, dude, it's time to fucking switch it up a little bit? What actually made you think, damn, that kind of sucks. Let's do something about it.
When we became one of the channels that have a very disproportionate subscriber to view count. Like the only reason I never posted YouTube Shorts is because a lot of channels that post YouTube Shorts get a lot of Shorts subscribers.
Yeah.
And then when you look at their long form, it's completely disproportionate. And we have that now, and I don't even post Shorts.
Yeah.
And that was like, yeah, that was one of the moments. A couple of other moments usually is people telling us that. Like, we have been told you should do this more. You know, anybody that we've worked with has been open about it. I know Doug has been open about it.
Yeah.
I know anybody that we took a management call with was open about it.
Yeah. And I do appreciate the candidness, to be honest. Yeah.
I had always wanted, I always thought Beersos could just be Beersos without us having other avenues. I really, really did. Because that's what, like, the timeline seemed like it was at one point.
Yeah.
I thought we could just do Beersos and that could be it.
I do want to add something to that. We've been told this a countless amount of times, and it's something I already did realize. But we did work backwards in the way of podcasting.
Yeah.
Me and Derek have had truly had the pleasure of sitting down and meeting with a lot of people in the industry.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people in the industry. We're not going to go into names or anything. We're not going to go into specifics, but we've just had the honor of doing that. And the one thing we get told time and time again is how we worked backwards. many podcasts are hosted by people with a following already that combine into making a podcast.
Yeah, like somebody already had connections, somebody already had a following, and they're like, it's time to make a podcast now.
We worked backwards.
Dude,
we started with the podcast.
You know, I didn't even have a personal Instagram account for like more than half the podcast.
Yeah.
I straight up, it would just be like hosted by @Nico
And
Derek.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even have an @. I started my Instagram literally like, I think 2 years, like a year and a half to 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we started the podcast and then we got a following. And now we post content. Like, that's not podcast stuff.
Yeah.
Now we have a personal TikTok. I created my personal TikTok 2 months ago.
And I even created it later, later,
Yeah.
bro. Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
we only started doing that now, which is the complete opposite way.
Yeah.
You
It was
know?
very, very interesting. I think it was like, not like number one, funny, but also
Yeah.
we have to, you know, we do have to kind of be smart in a sense of being like, you know, like we have to. It's not about like this marketing, like corporate bullshit of like,
No, if there's
like,
no 10 guys
yeah.
in suits telling us what to do.
It's just us being like, we kind of have to come up with new ideas. We have to experiment a little bit, and I'm gonna only experiment with stuff I want to do.
Yeah.
You know, when me and Derek make content, all the content we make is because we want to do it.
Yeah.
We're never gonna sit down and make content we don't feel like filming.
We need to be a lot more strategic now because there are content creators that don't have to be. That's true. And because people like them a lot.
They already have
Unfortunately,
proved themselves.
we haven't done that yet. And I don't know what it is. There were times where I was like, oh, maybe my personality isn't just suited for this. There have been times where I thought,
Holy shit! Like suited for making content.
suited for people to like me.
Oh shit!
I mean, like not to beat around the bush, but people like you more than they like me, like in any context, always, right? And like, I'm not gonna lie, that makes me a little insecure. Like, it does.
Yeah.
Like, you're the guy that people like more than me usually. You do the emails. You usually talk to people first.
But also,
it's never me.
But also, I mean, there's also a reason why you are the guy put in charge of reeling in people, because at the end of the day,
Yeah.
like, me and you have our things that we're good at, and it meshes very, very well together when we are creative with one another. And there's a reason why I will do the long form, but you do that short form, and you do a good job. That brand new account. Now Beersos
Yo,
Live,
that brand new account's
that
going
new
crazy.
account popped.
Yeah.
Like popped, bro. And the algorithm is low-key way better on that than the Beersos Instagram.
That was just like, like, am I just like unlikable? That was like a thought I had. Like, I don't really think that anymore.
Yeah.
But it's becoming clear that, like, there needs to be a little strategy here. And that's why the social media is going to look different this year. The social media is going to look different. We need to be influencers, right? Like, we just posted that, the lying challenge where like I fucking put the conditioner in my mouth. Like, there's going to be a lot. Beersos, we want to be more than just the podcast clips now, because it's not working. It's just not working. We used to get 100-something K average, working like 30 now. It's not working anymore.
When it comes to being like a influencer, once again, it's a compromise.
Come with me.
I will always consider myself I will always mostly consider myself a video editor.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, because that is a majority of what I still do. Obviously, we will be filming more, and we will have to have Doug take up a bigger role in the editing space.
Yeah.
Just because we won't have time to do it. But it purely comes down to, obviously, we're gonna have content strategy within a sense, but it's gonna be content strategy that we find fun.
Yeah.
That we
Exactly.
actually want to do, that brings us joy, because we wouldn't be here if it didn't bring us joy.
Yeah.
This is like been an amazing experience over the past four seasons. And we're only gonna do stuff that we're only gonna produce stuff that we like.
Yeah,
That we want to
exactly.
produce. And yes, sometimes we do more influencer content, but me and Derek are gonna do it in our own charm.
Yeah.
That can't be replicated
Like,
by anybody else.
I keep saying the word pivot, but I don't want you guys to think that as soon as season 5 starts, we're gonna be in a fucking studio with a guy. We're not gonna have
We're
a
not
Jarvis
gonna have
or whatever.
a producer
Yeah.
or anything
With Jarvis.
producing the show,
Yeah.
being like, Jimmy, look that up. We're not
Yeah.
gonna have.
No,
it's purely just a very. It's just adding extra ingredients and adding more gears into that cog to make it run smoother.
It's gonna be adding more brain power, is how I'd even see it. Like, even in terms of there have been episodes this season that we kind of just like make the title kind of boring, and then we sort of don't optimize it for like new viewers. And I wasn't even posting shorts. Like, I'm not saying the episodes were bad, but I don't think we were very locked into getting like the new viewers. I think we were just sort of
I think we
comfortable.
We
We're
literally
very
yeah.
comfortable.
Yeah. Well, I just like as an example of that comfortability, I do want to talk about my favorite episode this season. How much do you have to say left about kind of your thoughts around overall
fine.
statistics of Beer Sauce? I do want to talk about like how one of my favorite episodes of Beer Sauce did very, very poorly, and how that did two things. Number one, the on the bad side, it did just like hurt me in a sense,
Yeah.
but on the in the good side, it did push us to become more creative. About 6 months ago, we released an episode of Beer Sauce called Single Mom Appreciation Day. I don't know how many episodes of Beer Sauce there are right now. 150 something, 160, 150. Holy shit,
159.
he's locked, bro. Out of 159, 160 maybe now episodes of Beer Sauce, Single Mom Appreciation Day is my
That's your
favorite
goat.
episode of Beer Sauce of all time. I'm gonna glaze us here. I think that is a top 1,000 podcast episode ever out of every single podcast that has ever been produced. I would put Single Mom Appreciation Day in the top 1,000.
Yeah.
I put so much effort into the note taking for that video, the actual arc of what I want to talk about, the pacing, and also the editing. That is one of the hardest. I purposely made it hard for myself because I cared about the pacing so much. There's a total. Actually, no, I've had episodes that are harder to edit. There's like I cut out about 20 minutes of footage from that episode purely because I was just so focused on the pacing. I rearranged some of the clips around because I was like, honestly, the pacing wise, this part would be better here. It would make more sense. I cared so much about the pacing of that podcasting episode, of making it perfect, and I was so proud of it.
Yeah.
On top of that, I think what we're talking about in Single Mom Appreciation Day
Is important.
very important and impactful. And it does, once again, what I was talking about earlier, the context of past episodes makes Single Mom Appreciation Day way better because we're outspoken for talking about the relationships we had with our moms and kind of that struggle, you know? So it all came to a front in Single Mom Appreciation Day. And back in the day, with like those statistics that we had during 6 months ago, Single Mom Appreciation Day, when I released it, it did so poor. It did abysmal compared to other episodes of Beer Sauce, and I don't want to hear anyone defending that. You know the amount of analytics there are for every single YouTube video?
Yeah.
Like, it gives you a detailed breakdown of fucking everything.
It'll be like, yeah, this one did shit.
Yeah, and I know that one did shit, and that is by far my favorite episode, and it did so poor, and that hurt so much for me to put so much effort into something to do it so poor. And that definitely changed the tone a little bit for me for the next couple months. Like, you can see a couple episodes after that, we just do some crazy shit, like the ranking mental health tier list. We instantly pivot. Like, we instantly pivoted just
because we're not in a position to make if we make an episode that doesn't do well, dude, that could be the fucking make or break for my entire future at this point in our lives.
It really hurt, that one doing so poor.
Yeah.
And it did hurt me. That was kind of the con of it. But I guess the good thing about that episode and kind of the pros of that and the bright side of Single Mom Appreciation Day doing so poorly is it did force me and DZ to be more creative.
Yeah.
And I do think a highlight for season 4 has been our creative ideas that I don't think many other podcasts do. Please let me know if I'm wrong, but I don't know how many other podcasts do ideas like the 101 stuff me and Derek do. No. Manipulation 101 and Dating Apps 101, I swear to God, is a Beer Sauce one-off. Like, I don't know how many other podcasts do that.
We're the only dudes that ever thought of it.
Or as an example, the Dairy Berry episode.
Yeah.
When
you asked me a set of questions when I was sober and I was high, and I gave you pretty different answers.
Yeah, like very different
That's very
answers.
interesting.
I think that is such an interesting creative idea that, like, people don't like that nobody else thinks of. Or me and Derek have talked a lot about our breakups throughout Beer Sauce, and I went through a breakup again.
Yeah.
And instead of me just talking about it, we decided to tackle it in a much more creative way. And that episode being the 7 stages of a breakup, which actually did pretty well compared to the other episodes of Beer Sauce.
Yeah, people like that one.
And it did force us to be more creative and talk about our emotional vulnerability in more creative ways. So that is the bright side of that episode doing so poorly. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think at the end of the day, the comments on YouTube are going to be super nice. And they're going to be like, oh, you don't have to change. We love you anyway. There is going to come a point that if we don't change, and like they're saying that like with the very good intent, right? Because there's going to be a point where we're going to be 25, and if we don't change, if we don't get a better
I have
following,
to go back to school.
that's when you quit.
I would have to go back
That's
to
when you
school.
go, okay, like, what do I want to do for the rest of my life? And God forbid, I do not want to hit that point. So the changes aren't going to be drastic, but we do need to even make more creative ideas. We need to, really, really think about in the next year, how can we bring this to the next level? And I think a lot of that is going to be with the second channel, honestly. I think there's only so much a podcast can grow. Like, it is hard to grow a podcast. Like, not many people, I don't listen to podcasts. I just don't even listen to them. There's a lot of people that don't listen to podcasts. They're not open to it. Yeah, it is a form of content that's like, you have to really like to sit down or like walk and, listen to people talk.
Yeah.
Whereas vlogs are a significantly more digestible form of content. And I think the next step is with that.
You know what? Let's talk about the second channel here.
Yeah.
We call it the second channel. I guess it's just the vlog channel.
It's our vlog channel.
You know
it's
what
our
I mean?
vlog channel.
It's really funny because me and Derek had that idea on the show. We talked about it on Beersos, which was so funny because I was like, because I had to move away, like pretty far away from the restaurant I work at, so I went on a leave of absence, and I was like, dude, while I'm on my leave of absence, we should start like a second channel where we do cool vlogs and stuff, and then we ended up making it happen.
Yeah, and thank fucking God.
It
That was a next step that had to happen.
Yeah,
it had to.
Yeah, would you be interested in going into kind of like a second channel?
Yeah.
Vlog
So
channel
first
kind
of all, we changed the name.
Oh, we just changed the name. Yeah.
I don't know. People aren't the happiest about the name change. I get it. It's called Beersos Lab now. It's called Derek and Nico. I know Derek and Nico was probably a little bit more authentic and I guess personal to some people, but it just makes more sense in terms of having a Beersos Live because so we can have the Beersos branding. And then also, we are going to be streaming on Twitch. IRL streaming. We're not going to go fucking troll the public. That's weird. We're Canadian. We don't.
You literally can't film in a fucking Save on Foods here without getting kicked out.
We don't deviate from social norms here.
Yeah, we
okay?
don't be doing
if
that.
If we ever go to
over at
LA,
Beersos.
maybe I will film someone without the permission.
Every once in a while.
Every once in a while, I don't need your permission. I'm in LA, buddy. All right, But here, I'm getting the permission. Right, and we are going to be trying to stream a lot, and we are going to be posting the highlights to the live channel.
Yeah, which is why we called it Beersos Live.
And then
we
have the handle on Twitch to be Beersos. So it would be weird if we were posting on, like, if we were streaming on Twitch called Beersos, but then we were posting on YouTube on a channel called Derek and Nico. We wanted it to be intertwined. And that's the reason why we changed that. But I think the second channel has been a success. I think it has been a success. I think I am eager to take the next step because we are getting older and it is time to like see where this can go. But I'm really, really, really excited because Nico and I are also going to Korea and we're going to Japan in March. And the videos there are going to be lit.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I think purely on an emotional and kind of internal level, the second channel has. I keep saying the second channel. I'm so used to saying the second channel. The vlog channel.
Vlog.
Has done wonders, I think, for our actual creative muscle. And I'm saying creative muscle like we're creating works of art. Besides hunting Bigfoot.
Bro, honestly.
Hunting Bigfoot was great.
And no, all of the smoking videos are a work of art.
I think they're beautiful.
You know
truly.
how genius you have to be to think of Snack Vengers from
Bro, Snack Vengers was a one in a million idea.
No, sometimes I watch like the smoking videos after Doug sends the cut and I'm like, this is fucking art.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care. I know it's not actually like the Mona Lisa, but hey,
it's so good, dude.
That's my Mona Lisa.
Yeah, exactly. Like it has been such a creative, refreshing thing for us. To do ideas like this and do shoots like this, buy new gear, experiment in new ways. That has been so fun. And experimenting has sometimes led to a lot of success, like the smoking video or the Chipotle video. And then sometimes it hasn't led to a lot of success, like the music video, which I think the song is not good, obviously, but it was fun to do. I still had a fun time doing it, and it was still a really big joy. The vlog channel has been an extremely fulfilling experience, just like Beersos has been a very
and it was
experience.
Necessary. Like that was one of the times we were like, okay, like let's take a step here. There's a podcast, but everybody wanted a vlog channel. We always wanted to make a vlog channel as well. Yeah, like when we first started Beersos, we made a video. We made like
a
couple
videos.
Vlogs,
yeah,
right?
we did a couple videos. They were
they're fucking
short.
shit.
They're still up. Honestly, I think they're still funny. They're not great, but I think they're funny.
Shit.
But that has been an extremely fulfilling experience. I also do want to add, I think the culture of Beersos. We've added team members on your team now. I'm going to give special shout outs to Doug and Salesh. Working with them has been such a joy over the past year. And just collaborating with them, being creative with them. I know we have a call with Doug tomorrow to do a post-mortem for the vlog channel, kind of just talk about how that year is gone.
Like what worked, what didn't work, what
and
could we
reflect
do?
over it. Yeah, exactly. I'm extremely excited for that. But what a joy it's been to add people onto the team that we really do care about and just work with them.
Yeah. I think, Doug, I want to work with him like for the rest of our channel, honestly. Like it is nice to have somebody you can trust in that. I will say, I remember when Doug was like, just out of curiosity, why don't you post the clips from the vlogs? And my answer, and I regret this answer, and I regret ever thinking like this, but what can you do, right? Was I didn't want to be an influencer. That was it. That was my answer. Like I didn't want to be sort of like a cringe influencer that I didn't want to be the guy that becomes what he hated. You know,
you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Yeah, what is this from? What is that
the Dark
from?
Knight.
Dude, I'm Loki the Dark Knight for that. I didn't want to be the who says that?
Harvey Dent, I think.
Okay, I didn't want to be Harvey Dent.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So like the whole time I was like, no. We had played around with it. We had talked about posting clips maybe. But I had always been like, I don't want to be an influencer.
Yeah.
I don't want people to take me as a joke.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm so much more open to that now. And now that I've been posting clips, I kind of look back and I'm like, dude, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, I do remember.
Like I was just going to let my like dream job slide out of existence because I didn't want to be an influencer, because a lot of like sort of I use this example a lot. I really didn't want to be like FaZe Lacey. I don't give a fuck. Flame, sure. I will literally target him. Like he's not going to see this. Like we're small right now.
He doesn't give a fuck about us.
Yeah. I never wanted to be like those FaZe guys because I really don't like them. And I was like scared that I would be Harvey Dent in that aspect if we started posting clips that are like somewhat brain dead. I would be like that. So I really took time to be like, how can I make these clips actually not that brain dead? Because right now the culture of clipping a vlog and clipping a stream is so fucking cringe. And I think I found a good formula. But like, dude, what was the reason that it took me fucking so long to make that second Instagram? Like, I needed that push, and you guys pushed me. I fucking like get on myself. Like, what am I doing?
Let's talk about this. I do think, number one, the DZ Flame. Cut that shit out, bro. You're goated, bro.
Well,
You're goated.
Yes, it's more like you know when you stay in a relationship way too long.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, what?
Like,
why? What am I doing?
I remember the day we created that Instagram. I remember I called you. I said, "Yo, are you free right now? Can I call you on Discord?"
Yeah.
I called you on Discord, and I was like, "Why aren't we doing let's do it?"
Because I was a pussy.
I remember,
I watched The Dark Knight once.
I remember I was like we need to do this. Like this is a thing we need to do. And we kind of just, or you did it. I had nothing to do with that. Like I have nothing to do with it. You just did it. You know what I mean? And I think it was a really good thing we did that. And once again, I think we really perceive the word content creator with a lot of negativity. We really perceive it as this cringe thing.
Yeah.
I think what's important.
That's why you put editor on your Hinge, bro.
Exactly. Yeah. I think what matters is whatever we produce, we're going to produce it with our own unique style.
Exactly.
That we don't deem as cringe.
Exactly.
I'm sure there are some things we've posted, like in the past week, that some people have probably thought they're extremely cringe. What matters is that as of right now, I don't think it's cringe. I'm proud of it. We're going to be influencers in our own unique way that can't be replicated by any single person on the planet, which is what would make our content special towards us and unique towards us and our personalities. You know?
So, you know what that means? That means follow us on TikTok. Yeah. If you've been scrolling recently, you would have seen that video of me licking my cat. So next time it pops up, you know, just hit a little plus button on it.
I also want to go over, I think, some of my thoughts on season 4 as a whole that I want your takes on. Is I do think it's the best season of Beersos. I just truly think we've had some of the best episode ideas. I think the last 2 episodes of Beersos are some of the best.
That is a thing we're going to be doing. The last 2 episodes of Beersos are really good, and that's because we are more personal on it. I think there was a point where we weren't super personal, and that's because we got better at staying on topic, right? So when we go into Beersos, let's say the topic that we have chosen to discuss today is, let's say, like Harvey Dent, right? And then we got really good at staying on topic and talking about the same topic that, like, I feel like when we did stay on topic that long, our like personal lives didn't really shine through, and that's the difference between the last 2 episodes where we we talked about like my living situation.
We went
which is
all over
so
the place.
interesting,
Yeah, we
but
went all over the
never
place.
talk about it
Yeah.
because that was never a topic idea. But those episodes are so good is because we bring in a topic, but we also improv like half of it.
Yeah, it's interesting because the last 2 episodes of Beer Sauce, I have gone in with the least amount of plan ever. I usually go into every episode of Beer Sauce with a plethora of notes.
Yeah.
Like look at the amount of notes I have for today's episode. Like I had a plethora of notes and these are just like base ideas that I want to expand on, right? But the last 2 episodes, I went in much more relaxed, which is extremely hard for me. I was expressing this to you a couple weeks ago. I was like, I don't know why it's so
Like
hard
you gotta
for me.
chill, my boy.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
I'm too type A. I don't know why it was so hard for me to just relax and kind of just be willing to stray away from topics because I was so unused to doing that. Because for the past 4 years,
Yeah.
I've never not had a topic. I always know what we're going to talk about, like 95% of the time.
Yeah, but I would say in the upcoming season, I mean, you're gonna get better at it. Like I don't like you don't just you're gonna get better at being comfortable straying away from topics, going in with just talking about whatever is happening. Like what happened, like what you ate for breakfast, even right. And we're gonna make it in an entertaining way. But you guys are gonna see a lot more of that this season because I think that formula is really good. We do want to like have our personal lives out there, like. Fucking stepdad avoider.
Yeah. I did say this on the Patreon a couple episodes ago, and I'm gonna reiterate myself once again. Sorry, patrons. But I did say that like what a lot of podcasts similar to us and that we're kind of grouped in with do really well that we can't do really well is hit that mid-tier surface level stuff. We go deep.
Yeah.
We cut really deep when we talk about ourselves, and we do miss out on that more. And I don't mean this in an insulting way. I truly don't. But that more surface level conversation about that day-to-day stuff that adds a lot to somebody's personality.
100%.
And that adds a lot to podcasting and people's individual podcasts.
Like who you are isn't all like your personality isn't all your deepest emotions.
It's not going to be like my personality doesn't purely just stem from my mommy issues.
Yeah,
it stems from a
exactly.
lot of different things. What I'm going through that week. You know what I mean? And kind of just like talking about more surface level things in an entertaining way, in a way that has some purpose behind it.
Yeah.
But kind of compromising in that sense, and being more willing to let the episode kind of go where I want it to go, or wherever it's gonna, not where I want it to go, to let the episode go in whatever direction it's naturally gonna go in, and just let the conversation go somewhere without me being so strict on having a very set point. Starting point and destination. I'll have a starting point. That destination can be fucking wherever.
And the last 2 episodes where we consciously came into the episode saying, "Hey, we don't know where the destination is.
Yeah.
Let's just have fun."
Yeah.
It's went well both times. We're 2 for 2 for that.
We are 2 for 2 on that,
You
John.
guys are gonna see more. And I have been reading the YouTube comments because
I actually am much more comfortable with reading comments these days. I'm not as big
I
of
am
a,
too. Like I don't even know what I was on.
Loki,
bro.
I was the biggest pussy of all time. I
Yeah.
literally had to stop, bro.
Like
I literally had to stop, bro. That was actually pussy shit, dude.
I did actually think about it.
I had to stop. I was so butthurt. I had to stop.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
You're always gonna get butthurt from some stuff. Like
I don't.
I'm never. You don't get butthurt at least like at all.
No. Well, no,
Well,
my
that's
my,
good.
my goal. Well, maybe if someone tells me like,
That
Nico,
you're-
you're the most ugly person I've ever seen in my life,
And I wanna
you're-
kill you.
Yeah, maybe I'll be a little bit better for
Like,
that.
dude, you wanna
But
kill me?
A,
That's
a goal
crazy.
of mine this whole season, what I talked about in the season 3 finale, a whole goal of mine was to not need the validation from external factors anymore. I would like to say right now, speaking from my truth, I am in a place where I don't really need a lot of external validation to have motivation in myself to keep going and to believe in myself.
Yeah.
I already believe in myself. I believe in us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't need somebody to tell us that.
I think one thing you lose from not reading comments is also like people's perception of things. People really like the last 2 episodes. We now know that formula is good.
Yeah.
If I didn't have that validation, though, it's not even necessarily validation. It's if we like it. It's not about if we like it. It's about like what the viewers like. Honestly, I wouldn't even know that if I wasn't reading it. Like that's something that you don't tap into if you're like since we used to get so butthurt from like the
Dude,
one
I literally
person.
had to stop, bro. It was
I know.
So cringe.
I literally like. Oh my god, it's so cringe. I would like let that ruin my day sometimes.
I will never be at a point where I will obsessively read all the comments in a video. But if I'm curious, I'm gonna click on a video, read the first 5-6 comments, be like, "That's cool," and then click off and think nothing about it. That's where I'm at, and it is I guess, honestly nice to see some of the support we get, and also a lot of like the joy that we get from like the joy we give to people through talking in a microphone or smoking weed and making some random bullshit food, you know?
Yeah.
And that was another highlight of season 4 for me, was some of our improvised episodes are great. I have 2 notes here besides the last 2 episodes of Beer Sauce that were improvised. A night out with Beer Sauce is so funny.
I don't even.
That was
remember what
early
that is,
season
bro.
4. It was more improvised, and I think it was so funny purely because we just talk about our night out, and it was just so fun. We just let it happen.
Yeah,
it was so funny. That was a big highlight for me. Another highlight I have is, and I also want your opinion on this, is a conclusion to a lot of personal arcs in our lives. And once again, I'm referencing the emotional vulnerability, me with anxiety, a lot of arcs that we've talked about throughout the show, even our butthurtness with comments.
Butthurt's such a good word.
Yeah, like, dude,
like
we were
that's
literally lol cows,
dude.
bro.
That's such a good word to use. We would just get butthurt.
I would legit get butthurt
like
over nothing, bro.
It's not like I was get angry.
Someone would literally be like, you guys are weird, and I'd get butthurt.
I'd get so butthurt about it,
I'd
and
be
I would like go on their profile and I'd be like, "No, you're weird, and yo girl look like my grandma." Like
No,
I
like-
would have to fight them. I would fight them back.
But like a lot of arcs we've talked about in the show have kind of come to a conclusion, and I think are coming to a conclusion within this episode of a lot of the arcs we've talked about. A lot of the things we faced throughout the past 4 years have almost ended, or we are very much improving on them. And I think that's been a wonderful highlight to see over the 4 seasons of Beer Sauce.
Yeah.
Because I've listened to every episode many, many times because I have to edit it. You know what I mean? So it's just been a joy to see how we've changed over the past 4 years.
yeah, like to the point where I can't even, honestly, I wouldn't even listen to like the start of season 4.
It's low key.
Like there's like a 4-month timeline for me. Once an episode dates 4 months, that's the expiration date. After that, I'm like, nah, I'm not that guy anymore. I don't want anything to do with him. I'm done with you.
Yeah. But those were a lot of highlights for me. I think.
I think the trips were really fun.
Oh,
Like we
my
wouldn't have been able to
God.
go to New York. We wouldn't have been able to go to LA.
Yeah.
Like I know,
I was saving that for the end of the episode, but I'm happy to do it right now.
I know, like I did shit on myself a lot, right? Because that's, I mean, I have been stressed about the content recently. Like nobody wants to know, nobody likes seeing that your dream job is diminishing in front of your face. That is a hard pill to swallow.
Yeah.
So that has been stressing me out, and that's why I probably talked a lot down on myself, like in this episode.
Well,
but that doesn't take away from the amazing trips that we could have only done with the show.
Yeah.
You know.
That I once again, I was literally saying this for the end of the episode just to leave it on an extremely high note.
I'm sorry. I'm ready to get high now.
What an absolute privilege. What an absolute privilege it's been to sit down every single week, talk to you guys about our lives, share our personal stories, and how that can help people, bring people joy, relieve stress for people, or even help them relate through the same problems that we're going through. What an absolute honor it has been to speak to you every single week.
Yeah.
52 episodes in the whole year. We did not miss a single one.
We
Rain or
honestly, we're not
shine.
going to.
Yeah,
I would literally get cancer and I would still shoot.
Through sicknesses that we've had, through family emergencies, through personal emergencies,
Through hangovers.
we have released an episode every single week, and it has been nothing but an absolute pleasure to do so.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for the immense amount of support that you have given us over 4 years of the show. Thank you for the support you've given us all of season 4, because we have lived such an amazing year.
Yeah.
Because of the
Best
support
year
of you
of my
guys,
life.
and also mostly because of the patrons as well, because
Yeah.
they help us fund humongous trips.
Yes.
Like, dude, we lost money on the Boston trip because. Should I leak it?
What it depends what you're gonna say.
Well, I was gonna say for Boston when we visited Northeastern.
We lost money on the Boston trip.
Well, we
did.
What we did was, so they obviously paid us to go.
Yeah.
They paid us. But what we did was we asked for the littlest amount of money possible.
Because we really wanted to go.
Because we just wanted to
Yeah.
go. I'm not gonna say how much we asked for, but just know the amount we asked for was the bare minimum to cover flights
Yeah.
and hotel, and it didn't even cover that.
Yeah.
We lost hundreds and hundreds. Like we lost money. We lost money that we didn't have to lose on that trip.
But it was still
But we
fun.
literally just
Yeah.
wanted to take
We
the
just-
bare minimum because we wanted to just go to this school, interact with people,
Yeah.
and we would have never had an experience like that if it wasn't for you guys supporting us.
Yeah.
Going to LA was an absolute joy, dude. It was so fun, and we got to meet so many cool people, dude.
And I want to say that everybody that has ever come up to us saying that they like our content, asking for a picture, you know, oh, my friend's on FaceTime, she loves you, can you talk to her? You guys are like, I'm very, very grateful for our audience.
Yeah.
I'm very, very grateful for anybody that spends $5 a month. You know what I sometimes do?
Yeah.
Like in the Patreon chat, if you click on their profile, it shows you like how much money they've spent throughout their entire life. Some people are in triple digits. Why would you spend fucking $100 on me? Like I can't even grasp that. Not in like a, oh, I'm such a loser way, but in like a, wow, like thank you so much for tuning in every week. Thank you for deciding in this economy that $5 like is worth spending on us, because at the end of the day, I want to say that we're quite humble in a sense. I'm not like a famous person. I don't perceive myself that way. But some people are like, oh my God, you guys are so famous. I'm just a dude.
We're just
And deserve isn't the right word. Like deserve or not deserve is like whatever. Who deserves anything, right? But how did I deserve this?
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, we did 3 humongous trips this year, and all of them was because of the support of you guys. We started off season 4 with a wild trip to New York. That was this season. That was such a great way to start the season off, great way to start the year off. Then mid-season, towards the end, we did LA, capping it out with Boston. And next year in season 5, I think this is a great time to talk about it. Our plans for season 5, like Derek already mentioned, Korea and Japan in March.
And we like it's a business expense.
Yeah,
like,
and we could not go to Korea and Japan just like normally. We can only do that because you guys have given us such a great amount of support over the years, right? Like that is purely because of you guys. So thank you.
Yeah, and it's gonna be so fucking fun. This year, I'm telling you, is going to be fun, and I'm confident that we can take the next step. And one of the reasons why is we're managed now. I don't know if we should drop that now.
Yeah,
but we have a manager. It came from sort of, we were kind of stressed. We were worried, right? But it's like, if you don't understand the math question in math class, you just ask the teacher. It's sort of like that. We reached out for help. You know, we have talked to many very amazing people trying to give us guidance in this in the creation space. And we have a manager now, and we're really excited. And I think, and I'm confident that we can take the next step. And whether that be streaming, whether that be the second channel is going to have the best videos this year.
Oh, dude. Oh, my God. If y'all thought last year was fire, you guys are not ready for this. We have some
going to
bangers
have the best
planned, bro.
And with, like, hopefully an increased income, we can make better videos. I'm not saying we're going to make Mr. Beast Productions. That is never something we want to do. I'm not about to fucking say, last one to leave the circle gets $1 million. Like, it's not that. Yeah. Right? But we can travel. Right? We can spend money.
We can have amazing experiences. We can buy amazing gear. Not amazing gear. We can buy semi-amazing gear because of you guys.
Yeah.
You know?
Then we could eventually pay our employees better. Which, like, if you get paid more money, you'll fucking make a better edit probably. Right? It's a lot of things. It'll make our life easier as well. But I'm super, super, super excited for the videos we're going to make this year. I'm super, super excited for the podcasts we're going to do this year.
Yeah.
I'm super excited for the opportunities and maybe even the collabs and the trips. Like, Korea and Japan isn't going to be the only trip we go on. We just don't know what the other ones are.
Dude, I want to go to Laos so badly. I don't know if I should leak it. I don't know if I should leak it, but Laos. Bro.
Nico really wants to go to Laos.
I want to do maybe 2 weeks to 4 weeks in Laos. I think we could make some banger videos.
I wonder if I'm going to... Do you think if we go to Laos, I'll leave weighing more or less?
What do you mean?
Like Canada? I have no idea what it's like there, bro. I just know people fucking die drinking the vodka.
Yeah, and there's bombs everywhere, bro. You have to watch out.
And dude, I've watched Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, you got to watch out, bro.
Dude, what if I get jumped by the Viet Congs?
And that'll be a great video. Freeing Derek from the Viet Cong.
Yeah, right?
It'll be a great video.
DZ got abducted. Yeah. DZ got abducted by the Viet Congs. Like, there are so much exciting things that we want to do. And then it also means you should go on the Twitch. And we don't have a schedule for that yet.
Guys, what a crazy season it's been. Personally, my favorite season of Beersos.
Yeah.
It has been the most stressful year of my life. It has also been the most exciting, the most happiest, the most anxiety-inducing year of my
You felt
entire
all
life.
Emotions this year.
I felt a lot of emotions this year, but overall reflecting what a pleasure it has been to do this. When we started this 4 years ago, you know, obviously
that wasn't me, bro.
Okay, when I started this 4 years ago, I didn't expect it to. I did not expect this to happen. I really did not expect this to happen. I didn't expect you to become the the biggest part of like a huge part of the
No,
show.
me neither.
I didn't expect you to become my best friend. To you're a little pussy ass bitch, bro. To become so close with you.
Yeah.
You're my best friend. You're my creative you're my creative partner. And
You know
I've loved collaborating with you.
You know what we need to self glaze on?
Yeah.
Here's some self glaze. I
Self-glaze.
don't know if I've been hating myself a lot.
You have been
because
hating on yourself.
Oh
yeah.
man.
I do have criticism of mine.
They're
Yeah.
rational though. They're not like, oh my god, I'm so butthurt.
I would say, I
Okay.
mean, to even out the criticisms here, I think my biggest criticism of myself this year is I was too strict. I low key planted this big ass tree in like a small pot. Like we had all these big ideas, and I strapped literally a shock collar around it. You know,
Like Hassan.
exactly.
You're Hassan.
Like I don't do that. I took these big. I was too strict this year. I caged us up. I think
Yeah.
by being so strict on the outcome of each episode.
I'll make sure you don't do that.
Thank
Like if
you.
I ever feel like you're doing that, I'm gonna be like, yo.
And it purely
be too
becomes
strict.
from my personality. I'm so
Yeah.
type A. It needs me and Derek have a notion. Have you seen how detailed that notion
Yeah.
is? I have obsessed. I have everything planned out till March. About around there.
I
in that
don't,
notion.
that's not necessarily super bad, but if I ever think that you're coming into a podcast with like these strict guidelines, I mean,
tell me.
if it is like a strict guidelined episode, like Loki, like today,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be like, hey, like chill out a little bit. But you know, when we do want to like do that format of an improv episode with like an idea we eventually want to talk about, but we also want to talk about personal things. Like I'm gonna ask you, like, literally tell me something interesting that happened this week
Yeah,
for you.
yeah.
You know,
Like,
I will help you.
I chokeholded a lot of our ideas because
Yeah.
I was so obsessed with the outcome of it. Like I said earlier in this episode, I am repeating myself, but I'm going to fucking do it. I can fix it.
And then you could just edit it out. Maybe you didn't repeat yourself.
Maybe
Maybe
didn't.
you didn't.
Maybe I didn't. You know, you maybe I cut it out of the episode. You don't even know. I always had a planned outcome destination
Yeah.
for each episode, which was my biggest downfall. Was I was too obsessive about it. I was too much of a control freak when it came to the actual pacing of episodes, which is my biggest critique. Now back to the self glaze.
Okay, the self glaze. This is what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
We like never really butt heads.
We butt heads in the most politeful way.
Like,
In the most polite way, I think.
yeah, I don't know what it's like with the other creators. Maybe I'm like, maybe it's hella common and I'm
Yeah.
just self glazing a common ass thing. But fuck it.
Yeah, let's
Whatever.
do it. Let's end it on a high note. Let's end this
No,
season
let's
on a
do it.
high note because we ended last season on such a fucking low note, bro.
You're my best friend. I see you a lot.
Yeah.
We do content together. We don't really like butt heads or fight or
No,
anything.
I
truly.
think we do it in such a polite way. When I have an idea or you have an idea and you don't really like it or I don't really like it,
Yeah.
there's one line we say and it's the
Wait,
most
what is
polite
it?
thing. It's I don't see the vision, bro.
No, but the thing is, I don't see
Yeah.
the vision means I'm open to the
Yeah,
vision though.
yeah, but it's like, if
don't
I do
see
say
it.
something
Yeah.
that you don't really jive with, it's I don't see the vision. You need to explain it to me more.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
if you, dude, you've had ideas, I've had ideas this season that we just don't go with because I can't justify the idea enough, or you can't justify it enough.
Yeah.
So we ended up just being like, you know what? It was the best call for us to do this.
Yeah.
Because we both didn't agree on it or something along those lines. We work extremely well together, and what a joy it's been.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
what
this
an
is,
absolute joy
like,
it's been.
low-key one of the best things that ever happened to me.
Yeah, right.
Like,
and yeah,
actually.
like truly, I feel
Like,
the
what the
exact
fuck?
same way.
You know, like, this is one of the best things that's ever happened to me.
Yeah, like you are so. I think you have harnessed your talents in such a amazing way. Like number one, just
Yeah.
your editing skill that has grown over time. Your skill with pacing. I feel like me, you, and Doug, our best editing comes.
We
to
have
We're
an
great at
Avenger. I
pacing,
literally think we're Avengers, bro.
But what a joy it's been. What a
Yeah.
joy of a season it's been. Guys, we are going to go onto the Patreon now, do an extra 20 to 30 minutes of beer sauce.
Guys,
do some more
Dude,
reflecting.
dude.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Stranger Things on there.
Bro, it's the season 4 finale. Okay, we
It's
will
the
talk-
Patreon.
Okay, we'll talk about some Stranger Things. We'll also talk about, favorite episodes of the season, least favorite
Yeah.
episodes, favorite guests, least favorite guests. Also, what has
Whoa,
it been
whoa,
like
whoa,
working with
whoa.
a manager? Yeah.
I want to talk about least favorite guest and favorite guest.
Well, okay, let's
I
start
like
it
to
off with
let's
that.
stir a little bit.
Just stir in the pot. Stir in the pot.
Stir.
I'm
Oh, by
so
the way,
sorry.
guys, he never called me DZ or shook Nico's
Hey,
elbow or whatever.
Bro,
the sign was supposed to be.
Bro, he might have not listened to the episode yet, man. You don't know. You don't know.
Beer sauce.